Hey folks, it's Rob from Rob's Movie Collection, and it's Criterion Sale time. Yes, it's that time of year, finally. Took a while to get here, it seemed, but it's finally here, and this is the first day, and I hit it big on the first day. Ever since November, I've been saving up my coins, putting them in a money jar, which ended up being 4 money jars. Cashed them in the other day, and hit the Barnes & Noble stores today before work. So, I got a bunch of stuff that I wanted to get that I've been making a list of throughout the last couple months, and some stuff that I left behind last time, and some movies that I've never seen all the way through, I've heard about, and I've just thought, oh, that might be good to get. So I'm going to start off with, I got 2 Blu-rays this time, mostly because I couldn't find these movies on DVD. The Criterion ones all have the same stuff on Blu-ray and DVD. But I'm going to start with the big one that I left behind that I really wanted, The Blob. Yes, The Blob, classic science fiction with Steve McQueen pointing. And yeah, this is one that I really wanted last time, and I left it. Last time I was, collecting a lot of Chaplin stuff and Akira Kurosawa. I wanted to bolster that part of my collection, so I ended up leaving this one behind, hoping that I might find it on DVD. Between then and now, but I've never seen it pop up on DVD, just on Blu-ray, so I figured I'll just grab it this time. But I'm glad I did. My second Blu-ray, Island of Lost Souls, starring Charles Laughton and Bela Lugosi. This is the Island of Dr. Moreau story. Classic version of it. Some say the best. Not as good as the Marlon Brando, Val Kilmer one, of course, but now I'm definitely just kidding there, but of course this is one of the best ones. I think with Bela Lugosi and Charles Laughton, 2 of the great monsters of our time. Charles Laughton, Hunchback of Notre Dame there, which is another good one. I don't know if that one's even on Criterion, but yeah, so I'm glad I got that one. Next up, I got Safety Last, starring Harold Lloyd. Now, like I said last time, I got a lot of Chaplins, and I want to start collecting some of the other silent film comedians, Keaton, and of course Harold Lloyd. This is the one that he's most known for these stunts that he did, with only I think he had 9 fingers or something. So yeah, I got that one. Next up, got this movie, Only Angels Have Wings, a film by Howard Hawks, starring Cary Grant and Jean Arthur. Now, I've never heard of this one, but what caught my eye was the cover. Catches your eye first. And then I read the back, and it just seemed like a pretty good story there. Pretty exciting. And I love Cary Grant. I'm a very big Cary Grant fan, so anytime I discover anything new by him, it's just great. I just jump on that one. And next up, I got The Life and Death of Colonel Blimp. Now, these last couple months I've been browsing the Criterions and kind of trying to make a list of what I wanted, and I kept coming across this one, and I didn't know anything about it. I've never actually heard of it, but the title caught my eye, of course, and I read the back of it, and it seemed interesting, and I asked around a lot about it. A lot of people seem to think that it's really good, and they really like it. I asked a friend at work, and he said it's one of his favorite films, so I thought, yeah, I'll take a chance on this one. Sounds like it's pretty good, so I figured I'd buy it, and I'm glad I did. Next up, grabbed Ghost World, Terry Zwigoff film. Last time I got Crumb by Terry Zwigoff. Ghost World starring Thora Birch and Black Widow herself, Scarlett Johansson, and of course Steve Buscemi. This is a great movie. I love this movie. It's kind of weird, and I love the opening, of course. A lot of people remember the opening where they're showing the foreign film and she's dancing to it. That's really big on YouTube, and it's really catchy. It kind of sticks in your head. So, but a really good movie. I like that one. And then another one that I have left behind twice, actually. John Travolta, Nancy Allen, and Brian De Palma's Blowout. I remember seeing this when I was a kid, and it was something definitely different for John Travolta. It was kind of when he was starting to try to do some different things, and a good suspense film there from Brian De Palma. This time around, it was between this and Dress to Kill. So I think probably in the November one I'll probably snap up Dress to Kill. So okay, next up, Things to Come, a classic science fiction film. Now, in all my books that I have, especially my special effects books, which I hope to show you guys someday, this always shows up in one of the first chapters, you know, when they're talking about the history of film and science fiction and movies and all. So this supposedly has some great special effects. I've of course seen a lot of clips from it here and there and stills and stuff. So plus I love H.G. Wells as an author, so I thought it would be interesting to get this one. So glad I did. And there's another one that I left behind last time, Robinson Crusoe on Mars. Now, again, I've seen clips of this many times, but I've never actually seen it all the way through. I like the story of Robinson Crusoe, and I thought it was interesting to see this version of it set on Mars. And you got, I think, Friday is a monkey in this one. I'm not sure, but yeah, I'm glad I got this one because I've been wanting to get this one and see it for a long time. So it's good there. And I got Cat People. Yeah, the original Cat People, not the remake with Malcolm McDowell, although I wouldn't mind getting a remake. But this is the original Cat People by Val Lewton. Again, I've seen bits of it here and there, but I've always heard it's a really good film, and I've always been really interested. That's one of the things I like about the Criterion. The Criterions aren't as much mainstream films, and you get some of these great releases, and it gives you an opportunity with the sale to be able to afford to buy some of these ones that you may not have seen all the way through and or you've heard about, and kind of take a chance on them. So I've been wanting to check this one out for a while. And speaking of which, I got Cronos by Guillermo del Toro. Now, it was between Cronos and The Devil's Backbone, because I want to get The Devil's Backbone too, but I had to leave that one behind, so that's probably going to be a November one. But Cronos, Guillermo del Toro's, from what I understand, vampire story. I actually found this on YouTube, the whole film, but I never watched it. I'm kind of glad I didn't. I'd rather have it on DVD and watch it this way on my screen. But I love Guillermo del Toro. Love the Hellboy movies and his Blade movie and Pan's Labyrinth, and you know, he's got great style, and very interested to see this one and The Devil's Backbone when I finally get that one as well. Next up, I came across this Equinox. Now, I haven't heard of this one. Of course, you can imagine that the cover caught my eye, and that's what got me to pick it up. But reading the back of it, it turns out that it's a film made by, like a low-budget film made by, among others, Dennis Muren. If you don't know Dennis Muren, well, if you're into special effects, you know the name Dennis Muren, along with John Dykstra and Phil Tippett. These are the guys that worked on Star Wars, and practically they founded ILM, you know. So from what I can read here, it's got a lot of special effects. I mean, because that's what those guys were into, and stop motion, that sort of thing, and monsters. And look at all the special features on there. And I probably do have this mentioned in my ILM book and stuff like that. I just didn't remember it, but I just thought, how thick it is. I just thought, oh, with that cover, I'm going to take a chance on this one. Check it out. It's got, you know, these are the guys that I grew up with, you know, admiring their talents and their special effects, and there's got to be something good about this. So, especially with that cover, my gosh. So check that out. Then I got Godzilla. Now, I'm a huge Godzilla fan. I've got Godzilla already. In fact, I've got a special edition. This black one that's got the Gojira edition. It's got the American version of Godzilla. It's got the original Japanese one in Japanese. And I've seen this one for a long time, and for a long time I figured, no, I'm not going to get it because, you know, I've already got it, and this one doesn't really bring that much different to it, although it does have a couple of interviews with some of the actors, so that's not bad. That's pretty good, actually. But you know what? It's like that old scene in the movie where you've got a little devil on one shoulder and a little angel on the other shoulder. But for me, it was like the Godzilla fan on one shoulder and the movie collector on the other shoulder both were saying, hey, you just gotta add this to your collection because it's Godzilla, come on. So I finally snapped that one up. And then finally, I pulled the trigger on Seven Samurai. I know, how could I have not had it? But I kept putting this off because it was $50 there, even at half off is $25. And I wanted to be able to get more of Kurosawa's other films that I got last time. So I figured just kind of keep leaving it. And every time I kind of went back, I thought, oh, this is bound to be gone by now. But no, it's always there. It's a 3-disc special edition of the Seven Samurai, his masterpiece, and it's got a whole bunch of stuff on there, and just really great. And I'm pretty happy that I finally did get this one. Yeah, because it is his classic film. So there you have it. That's what I got this time. I'm gonna try to resist going back again. I hope I don't. I don't know. You may see another Criterion pop up in a future haul video, just when I'm talking about other stuff. But I'm gonna try to resist it because I got quite a few here, and hopefully just start putting my change back in the jars again for the November one. So okay, there you have it. Did you go to the sale yet? Have you gone? Are you going to go to the sale? Hey, make a video. Let's see what you got. That's what we're here for. All right. I will see you guys next time. Bye.